Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says she's in talks with 5 Republican governors to build additional migrant detention facilities. But Noem did not name those specific states. She says, however, those governors are interested in duplicating the model of Florida's so-called Alligator Alcatraz, a migrant detention facility located deep in Florida's Everglades. The detention facility has triggered concern from human rights advocates after reports of unsafe living conditions. NewsNation's Mills Hayes joins us live with the latest. Mills, what are you learning about these new potential facilities that could be built?
Hi, Alex. Well, you know Homeland Secretary Kristi Noem. She says she wants to double the capacity in these ICE detention centers, of course, as the Trump administration ramps up their promise of mass deportations. But the facility in Florida is facing tough criticism, Democrats calling the conditions of detained migrants inhumane.
The cruelty is the point. This is a stunt. I mean, dropping flimsy infrastructure in the middle of the Everglades in a swamp where they bragged about it being surrounded by alligators and pythons. I mean, the whole point is to, look tough, like they're trying to go after bad hombres.
Just 2 days after lawmakers filed a lawsuit against Florida Governor Ron DeSantis for not being allowed inside Alligator Alcatraz, members of Congress and state representatives were given a tour on Saturday to inspect the conditions at the facility in the Everglades. But after a limited tour this weekend, Democratic lawmakers described cage-style units with 32 men inside, sharing 3 combination toilet sink devices with temperatures at 83 degrees. But Republicans on the same tour described the detention center as clean and well-functioning.
The only thing that we can come to is that they're just lying because they want to portray something that it's not. And the trick for the Democrats is that they know that there's no cameras or no photos allowed inside. So they can go on social media, go on the airwaves and espouse all this stuff. And they know that no one can call BS. But I'm telling you, I was there and I'm calling BS on them.
DHS Secretary Kristi Noem said that any issues that were there at Alligator Alcatraz have now all been addressed, Alex.
So, Mills, did Secretary Noem address those concerns about the conditions at Alligator Alcatraz and potential new facilities?
Well, Noem says that the detention centers at a federal level, like Alligator Alcatraz, they are all held to a higher standard than most local, state, and federal prisons. And she also said this weekend, as you mentioned, she's in talks with 5 other Republican-led states. No mention on which states, but she's been in talks with them to create detention centers inspired by this one. And she pushed back on criticism of Alligator Alcatraz, saying that she would not call where the migrants are being held as jail cells.
We will take cameras in there and show people what these facilities look like, because if you compare them to what happened under the Biden administration and under the Obama administration, these centers are at the highest levels, and they're even higher than what our federal prison standards are.
I also just spoke with the Florida Immigration Coalition. They advocate for human rights, but they say their attorney partners are having trouble seeing and communicating with their clients that are inside Alligator Alcatraz. And they also tell me that family members of people that are detained there have been reaching out to them, complaining of toilets that don't flush, no medical attention, and also lack of water. Alex?
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.